I'm your host, Jan Apro, and this is Waycross Community Forum. My guests today are Annette Dean, Executive Director of Club 50 Plus, and a welcome guest, Donald Easley, who is a member of Club 50 Plus. I'm happy to have you both with us today for this program. We're talking about the special services that actually you guys perform with this Club 50 Plus. So what is Club 50 Plus? And how and who came up with the name Club 50 Plus?
Well, Jan, thank you for inviting us. Club 50 Plus is a nonprofit organization working to prevent loneliness and social isolation in people age 50 and older by adding life to years. We really want to inspire living a happy, healthy, and active lifestyle. So life doesn't end. Once you retire, there's plenty of life left.
Well, a lot of people think it does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, exactly. And the name Club 50 Plus, we originally started out as the Men's and Women's Club because I wanted to pattern it after the Boys and Girls Club because, when I came up, it was the Boys Club, and now it's the Girls Club. But I really wanted to pattern after the Boys and Girls Club, really getting people ready for older age. So that's why we had to name the Men's and Women's Club, but that was too long. So me and my board, we kind of got together, did some brainstorming, and we thought, let's just shorten it down to Club 50 Plus. Anyone over 50, we'll take them.
Well, now, okay, but who actually started the club? I mean, was it you, Annette, or do you have a group that started it, or?
So actually, I started the club about 8 years ago. My mom was diagnosed with dementia from Alzheimer. And, as people do, once your parents are inflicted with something, you start trying to find out all you can find out about that disease. So as I started looking into it, I, searched the internet, and I found that loneliness and social isolation are risk factors for Alzheimer's. And I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I was never really passionate about anything. But this really started to hit me because I started remembering my mom when I would go visit her after after I had moved away. I'm the youngest of 5, so after I had moved away and come back to visit, I would see my mom sitting there looking out the window. I never thought that she was really lonely because my sister still lived there, my dad still lived at home, and we had tons of family events, so I really never realized how lonely she was. But as I look back and when I found that, it really meant something to me. So I just started getting that vision that I wanted to help someone. I wanted to prevent this from happening to anyone. Doctors, as we went to different doctors and talked about Alzheimer's, they said everyone has the gene and they don't know why it becomes active in some people and not others. So it's like, man, this could happen to anyone. So I just want to do whatever I can do to prevent this or combat those who have already been afflicted with this disease.
So see, what you're telling me is your mother was the inspiration for Club 50 Plus.
Yes.
So you've got to give that to Mom.
Yes, I do.
You know how many times mothers do instigate us to do different things that, we never dreamed we were going to do.
Absolutely.
But that was excellent, the way that she came about and brought about this Club 50 Plus. That sounds great.
That's a great way of thinking about it.
Well, after all, I'm asking you who and how and why, and you're telling me, hey, my mom did this.
Yes.
And that's the important thing. There I clued you in.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Does Club 50 help specific individuals, or is it open for everybody and anybody, wherever they are, what area they live in, or anything?
Yes, it's open to any and everyone. We just like to think of it as we're looking for those people that have basically did what society expected of you. You've gone to you've gone to school, you've gone to work, you've had kids, and now you're looking to live your life. You know, I like to say we want the rest of your life to be the best of your life. And then as you know, look at our brochures, it doesn't matter if you're married or single, grandparent or an empty nester, entrepreneur or a retiree. And my favorite, working hard or hardly working, Club 50 Plus is for you.
There you go. I know why Don is part of the club now. Since he's one of the members of the club, I can see that
absolutely.
right now. Please explain to our viewers what is meant by actual social isolation. You know, that's to me, that's a big area. Social isolation. You're isolating what?
Well, you're isolating yourself away from other people. It's when you think about being lonely, it's not just being alone. It's the feeling of being alone. You know, and a lot of people are in that category where they are depressed, and one thing leads to another. So it's really that feeling of loneliness. You know, when I think back onto my mom, that's why I didn't think she was lonely, because she was always around people, a ton of events, but it's that feeling of being alone. You could be alone in a crowded room. So it's kind of distancing yourself or being separated from the rest of the world, if you will.
It's like being a Bengals fan at a Steelers stadium. That's what you call being alone. Okay. What is the vision of Club 50 Plus? What is your vision now that you've been doing this, 8 years, you told me? Is it something like
Actually, it's been about 4 years.
Okay.
The vision is to really keep our members mentally and physically active and maintain a passion for life. We want them to don't just think that, you know, that after you get a certain age, you don't do much. Your life is now just your grandkids. It's plenty of life left in you. You're still a productive citizen. You still have value to add. I love what Joel Osteen said was, as long as you have breath in your body, you have something to give someone else.
Right.
So it's really, you know, our vision is to keep our members mentally and physically active.
Good.
And maintain a passion for life.
Okay, what is the foundation of Club 50 Plus?
Well, we're really built on the foundation of sharing all of your skills and passions and interests. You know, we're the baby boomers. We kind of change what the world looked like, and we are knowledgeable in different areas. So there's so much that we can give to each other, so much that we can still give back to businesses. So it's sharing those skills and knowledges. It's also about tapping into our business community, not for a handout, but really more about a helping hand. If you think about how as baby boomers, we're starting to leave the workforce, that's okay, and we need to do that, but we're not interested in going home and laying down. There's still more in us that we can still help businesses. We don't want to work, I'm going to be honest, we don't want to work 40, 50 hours a week that we're doing now, but we could come in, help them on special projects, and get out. So we want to partner with businesses, again, not for a handout, but for a helping hand. And then it's just about communication and sharing.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Answer this, Annette. What is Adopt a Nursing Home? I mean, really, there's a lot of nursing homes around. I mean, adopting one?
Right.
Or more?
Right. One of our members actually, her mom, when she was living, she used to go attend nursing homes, and she would once a year bring them fruit and things like that. So this is kind of following in her footsteps. So once a year, we identify a nursing home or a senior living facility that means something to one of our members. And we as members, we donate money. We actually call them up and we ask them, well, what do you need? What can we give you? What do your participants or members there need? And so we donate money to purchase those things. We work with other businesses to get donations. Last year, we adopted Lakeridge Acres off of Pippin Road, and so the members donated enough money to to purchase hats and scarves and gloves, and Myers actually donated monies for us to purchase blankets for them as well as decorative wrapping so we can wrap things up and make it look pretty. And they also wanted some books, so Friends of the Public Library in Wyoming donated at least 50 books. So we were able to really bless Lakeridge Acres. So again, it's just really, I want it to mean something to our members. We want donations from members as well as businesses, and we just...
So basically what you do is you said something about a board. I heard a board earlier when you were discussing. You select one of these a year? Is that the process? Or
well, we select a nursing home. So members of the club, we actually ask the members of the club to identify any nursing home or senior facility that they may have interest in. Maybe they have a loved one or someone that's in a nursing home, or they used to have someone, and so they identify what nursing home that we are going to adopt.
all right, what is the silver chat line? Okay, I've heard of golden lines, but silver. Go ahead, Don.
Before you go there, I wanted to add to what Annette said
Okay.
about nursing homes. In last year, in May of last year, my son had an operation, went into he was in and out of nursing homes and hospital and so forth. And this past January, he died. The thing that, he's 54 years old. Wow. He died.
Sorry, Don. Okay, go ahead.
But in the process, I saw him just about every day. And I was in and out of these nursing homes all the time. And it made me realize that a lot of people don't have anybody. You go in from day to day and you see some of the doors are closed, but you'll see that some of these people have nobody to come and see them. So in the time that my son David was in there, I made sure that I went to see him. My daughters went to see him. And my family, I had good family support.
Okay.
They went in to see him quite often. So people can't, and he voiced it. He said he gets lonely, gets very lonely.
Well, yeah.
He talked about death and so forth. So the thing that all of us have to realize is that when people are away from home, in nursing homes, that somebody needs to go and see them.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I can see where you're coming from on that, Don, because at times I have an occasion to visit a nursing home on different situations, and I know exactly what you're talking about. You see that individual sitting in the hall all by themselves in a wheelchair, and they're just kind of staring into open space like, gee, I wish somebody would say hello.
Exactly.
You know, one of those things.
Right.
And I can see where that is. And very definitely I can see where that is. Because as you pointed out, there are people that are at the point of being forgotten. Well, they're in a nursing home, so, okay, we'll get there eventually, you know. And that's not an easy thing. I can tell you that right now, because people need to have people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what you're trying to put across here, Annette, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Because what Don's saying here, and again, Don, my sympathies to you on your loss back in January. I mean,
thank you.
wow, that's tough. But I can see where his son would be coming from too, is if you didn't visit, if you weren't there at the time, and I think that's a very important factor. Okay, so if I want to talk to the Silver chat line or somebody, is there a number, Annette, that I can call or whatever, that I get in touch with somebody to talk to me at the other end of the line?
Yes. So the Silver chat line is a free confidential befriending service offering friendships via telephone chats with older adults. As you can see, this is my mom that's on the cover here. This is my mom. So the number, if you want to call our Silver chat line, is 513-285-6818, and it's option number 1. And basically, it could be as simple as just talking to someone to tell them how your day is going, or at the end of the day, what you did today, or you could even just schedule weekly calls or bi-weekly calls where we could have someone to just call you at a certain time each day, and we're really there to just talk to you. We're not really there to solve problems. We're there to give you that human contact. There's a lot of people that are 75 years and older that live alone. They go for weeks and do not have anyone to talk with. And the Silver chat line is just a free service for people to call in to have that human contact. We are about listening to you, being good listeners, sharing stories, just really giving you that human touch.
Well, how long of a period of time is this chat line open? I mean, is it 24 hours a day, 8 hours a day from such and such a time to such a... What is the situation there?
Well, it's open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Fridays. I really wanted to I really wanted it to be 24/7, but
that's tough.
That's tough.
Well, you're going to have people down at the other end answering that phone.
Absolutely, and I have a great member group within Club 50 Plus. I have several people who have agreed to volunteer.
Does Don answer the phones down there?
I'll let Don answer that.
Do you?
I answer my home phone.
Oh, he's one of the callers. I got it now. Okay, all right. I'm a member, but I'm a caller.
I'm a caller.
Yeah, okay.
So we've actually had people to call the Silver chat line to actually volunteer to be to answer the phone. So
now, those folks down there that answer the phones, do they have any kind of special training or anything that they have to go through to talk to someone? Because you're talking confidential information and so on and so forth.
So absolutely, we have 2 sets of training, as well as we make sure that we do a background check on people. So the first set of training really talks about, here's what we expect of you. So here's what the Silver chat line is. Here's what your role is as a volunteer for the Silver chat line. Here's our expectations of you, and so forth and so on. And then there's another hands-on training that we do. Actually, we do some, we do some role play. And so we give them a chance to become familiar or have an opportunity.
Well, I was concerned because, it's just like he says, I answer the phone at home. That's all well and good enough. But those people down there better know what they're doing, because, you're liable to get anybody and anything coming over the phone. Okay. This to me is one of the things that really stood out when I read your brochure. Explain. Laugh and Love program.
So our Laugh and Love program is where we really focus on just that laugh and love. We do things around, I always want to say around Cincinnati, but actually it's anywhere. We talk to our members, we ask them, so what do you want to do? What's on your bucket list? And we take their advice and we schedule monthly events that we do. last Saturday we went to Cheers to Art downtown, and we did the painting thing.
Sure.
We did the Sunday brunch lazy boat ride down the Ohio,
Oh,
listening
that
to
would have been nice.
Dixieland
Yeah.
music.
Okay.
Some other things. I mean,
Well-
Don, you've been an
Well,
active
what about the other one called the Learn program?
Well, the Learn program, we focus on things that are to keep them mentally active
Okay.
again. So we're looking at, we had someone come in and teach us how to use Facebook.
Okay.
We had someone come in and talk about retirement planning.
How about the cubic thing? Get somebody to do that?
Not quite that. Don can do that.
Don can do that, okay.
Don
Oh,
can
yeah.
do that.
Okay. Now, what about the Live program?
Our Live program, that's really...
I'm sorry, Live program.
No,
Whatever.
that's okay. That's really where our Adopt a Nursing Home and the Silver Chat are services that fall within that program. That's where we give back to the community.
Okay. So, in reality, what you're saying about Club 50 Plus, you've got laugh, love, learn, and live. Those 4 principles.
Yes.
Boy,
Yes.
Mom was on the ball with that, I'll tell you right now. I'm glad you told me that was her picture
Yeah,
on the front
this-
cover.
my mom.
Why did you understand? Never mind, I won't get into that.
Okay.
Okay. You have fundraisers. What is coming up? Anything special?
Once a year, we have our annual fundraiser in June. This year is June 11th, and we're still trying to finalize all the details, but it's where we do most of our we collect most of our monies for
Okay.
us to operate for
Sure.
the year. We are a 501(c)(3)
Okay.
federal taxes thing. So the fundraiser is really a great party. A good time is had by all. We have good food, great giveaways and gifts. This year, I think we're going to give away a Cincinnati Bengals, a cornhole toss.
Oh,
Yes, and we have some other gifts, a lot of gift certificates. So it's basically where an event that we have every year is basically an old school party.
Oh, okay. Like a good old block party that you used to have years ago, Don. Remember
Right.
those?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, men are not joiners in the same way that women are. Women get together, they form groups, and they interact with each other more easily than men do. How many members do we have?
We have close to 30 members right now.
And how many are
And-
men?
Probably 90% of them are women. I'll say it.
Does that tell you anything, Don?
Yeah. It tells me a lot because men don't realize the value, I think, of some of these
See, that's
organizations.
the thing you're going to have to push, Annette, on these things is getting guys involved in this. Because I know there's a lot of guys retired. Come on.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
they don't have anything to do, and of course, the worst thing they can do is sit and do
Absolutely.
nothing.
Well, I'm a walker, and
Yes.
I got involved with Club 50 Plus by Annette's sister-in-law, who was walking in my group, and she said, "Why don't you come out to our Club 50 Plus?" So I came out,
Okay.
and since I came out, I've been involved in quite a few of their activities. We do boat ride. Last year, we did a thing with the duck boats. You familiar
Oh,
with them?
sure, sure.
Yeah, they go into the water
Yeah,
and
I
ride
always
on
wear a life jacket when I go on one of those.
you need to.
Yeah.
Paint night. We
Sure.
did that just recently. We went to Harriet Beecher Stowe House.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I'm a walker. I walk daily with a fellow by the name of Willie Slaughter.
Is he
And,
retired?
He's retired. Yeah,
Get
we're
him
both-
involved.
Well, I
Tell
will.
him either you join or we don't walk together. Well, Don, you got to use the pressure points that you get. You know?
Well, we walk together every morning.
Okay.
We walk for about an hour every morning. And then on Saturday is when the Club 50
Okay.
Plus walks.
Okay. All right.
So I would like to get more people involved in that.
All right, if our viewers want to become members of the Club 50 Plus, what should they do?
Well, they can contact me directly. They can go to our website at www.club50plus, spelled out, .com, or, and hit the Contact Us button on there and just provide me with their information. It comes right to me, so I'll give them a call, or they can call me at 513-285-6818, option 3. It'll come to me, and I can talk to them that way.
Okay, now, I know you've got a lot of features, and I know you've got a lot of benefits as a member, and most of it is inner, I think, right here, because of what you're doing. And that's the thing that I look at when I talk to you about these sort of things, is the fact that if you want to become a member, this is the way you have to do it. You got to contact you. There's no question about that. Listen, we got about a minute here. I want you to wrap up here, Annette, if you will, to our viewers, and give them the punchline that you want to give them.
So I like to go with whether you're married or single, entrepreneur, retired, it doesn't matter what you are. If you're 50 and older and you want to live life, you should contact Club 50 Plus.
And if you want to help others, 50 plus.
Absolutely.
For goodness sakes, join the club.
Absolutely.
Talk on the phone. Talk to somebody. Meet somebody. Do something for somebody, including the mother here that started this whole thing. Well, listen, I want to thank you both for being here today. I'm sure that you enlightened our viewers very, very much. You've enlightened me. I know that. And I want to thank, of course, the volunteers here, because without them, these programs would not be possible. And if you'd like to become a volunteer here at Waycross Community Media, please give us a call at 825-2429. And if you are a member of a nonprofit organization, or you know of some nonprofit organization that would like to have one of these programs, please contact us at 825-2429. And this is Jan Apro. Until next time.